welcome to the live broadcast of the University of South Bohemia. My name is Michael, and I'll be your host today. Our institution is a modern university with 8 faculties, 10,000 students, and 220 programs for you to choose out of. We are nestled in a beautiful region of South Bohemia. If you were to Google it, you would find that it does not get more authentic than that. The city of České Budějovice, where the university is located, is itself a historical city. But it's also close to other famous historical towns stuffed with culture and cultural heritage, in addition to all those countless locations of natural beauty. Be it ponds, lakes, or just interesting people, you'll find it here. Our region is safe, and I cannot stress that enough. In fact, our country is one of the top 10 safest countries on Earth. Thanks to our fantastic healthcare system, we have been able to deal with the current pandemics really well. So you really just might be safer here than back in your own homes. Despite being so authentic, the university does not shy away from the world. International students are more than welcome here, and will always find friendly locals to show them what it's all about. Even the current situation has not stopped the university's operations. Our students have in fact taken advantage of the great outdoors while taking online courses and continuing their programs. So it's all pretty good. The University of South Bohemia is unique, smart, and plain beautiful. But don't take just my word for it. I have Vera Filipova from the International Relations Department here with me to tell you about all the great opportunities for international students. So over to you, Vera. What can we study here at the USB?
Well, so if you are a degree-seeking student, so there are various options for you. You can come to study the Czech language in 1-year preparatory course, and after that, when you learn Czech, you start your studies in Czech, and the advantage is that they are totally for free, and you can choose from more than 200 study programs. Then, of course, you can study degree programs in English. So there is a great offer. You can study prestigious PhD study programs at Faculty of Science, Theology, Faculty of Arts, Fisheries, or Economics. Then, of course, you can choose from specialized bachelor degree programs in economic informatics or nursing. And you can follow up in specialized master's program in fisheries and protection of waters. There are various master degree programs at Faculty of Science, ranging from ecology, parasitology, botany, or zoology, or multifunctional agriculture. And what is also very attractive are so-called double or joint degree programs. And these programs are realized in cooperation with our partner universities in Europe, in Austria, in Germany, in France, Spain, or Italy. The courses which are offered are which are offered are, for example, biological chemistry, regional and European project management, European Masters in Migration, or linguistics and language teaching of French, Spanish, or Italian. And of course, we are also very happy to welcome every year the exchange students who come for 1 or 2 semesters. And every faculty offers a wide variety of courses in English and also in other languages such as German, French, or Spanish.
Well, that's quite a lot. That's fantastic. But let's go specific. We have other guests here today. Our first guest is Kateřina Říhová, who is a local Czech student. So, Kateřina, let me ask you, what do you study here at the USB and how do you like it?
Thank you. I'm studying Czech and English, the master degree. And I like the fact that the university is located in the city where I was born. And the city is kind of small, so therefore there are no big crowds, not too much people. And the fact that I love the most is it is very easy to apply for Erasmus at our university, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Well, we all know that our situation in the world is not the best at the moment. So, Vera, how has the university been affected by this?
So, of course, the pandemic, as anywhere else, had an impact at the university. And what is beneficial is that it moved forward very much the online teaching. Currently, the university does not offer yet a full online program in English, but they're already running combined distance study programs, which are combined with online teaching and face-to-face teaching or present teaching. And of course, due to pandemic, the tendency towards the online teaching or virtual teaching or virtual or blended mobilities in the future is, well, that's the future.
I can't wait. But let's not let our last guest wait. Maria Ragozzina, who is another international student studying here at the USB. So, Maria, how do you like your degree and what do you study?
Thank you, Michael. So I'm studying Czech Republic already for 3 years, and my very first year here, I was studying Czech language to be able to enter the university and study Czech program for free. And the course of Czech language was very practical. Teachers were friendly and prepared me well, not only for the study, but for everyday life in Czech Republic too. And right now I'm on my second year of bachelor degree, studying plant biotechnology. And I just can say that the university is so nice and very modern. We have a great campus here with cafes, library, lots of student events such as concerts or festivals. And from my own great experience, I can definitely recommend it.
Wow, I'm really glad to hear it. But I'm sure many of our viewers have been convinced completely and utterly to come here. So they have a burning question: how do we apply? So, Vera, how do we apply to the USB?
So it is very easy. You just browse the webpage, then you choose a study program which you like. You submit your application and go through the admission process. Sometimes there is an interview necessary in the admission process, but don't worry about it. You don't need to come personally. It can be made on Skype in distance. And what is important is that as soon as you are accepted and as soon as you receive the confirmation of your admission, so you should apply for the visa if you are a non-EU national. At the nearest, where should you go? So you should go to the nearest local embassy or consulate of the Czech Republic. And the thing is that the visa process, the visa procedure can take up to 60 days. So it is really advisable to start as soon as possible. And of course, what we expect is that due to the pandemic, so the following academic year, the periods might be longer.
Longer, yeah. So
do it ASAP.
Be patient, basically, right?
Yeah.
But coming to a strange new country, perhaps, could be quite difficult for many people, maybe hard to imagine. So what kind of support can our students expect from the university?
Mm-hmm. So the university offers professional services, professional support services, such as the Center for Students with Specific Needs, or the Psychological Counseling Center. There is also a Career Advisory Center at one of our faculties. And the International Relations Office operates so-called emergency call line. This line is 24/7 and international, of course it is in English, and international students may address us whenever they are in need. And of course we used it a lot during the pandemic. And then we have a very nice program which is called Buddy System. This is a special care and support for our international students.
Mm-hmm. Well, the buddy system could be a good start into making new friends here, but let's go to Katarzyna, because I think she knows a bit more about the buddy system. So tell us about it.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Yes, you're right. I know a bit more about it because I'm a member of ESN USB Budweis, which is a student voluntary organization, and we are part of the biggest organization in Europe And every semester, we are accepting a lot of incoming students from different universities from all Europe. And as Verka said, we want to help them to integrate as much as we can. And we do it with our buddy system, which means that every exchange student gets a Czech student. We call him a buddy. And he guides the student through his whole stay. For example, he picks him up at the station, goes with him to the accommodation, helps them with the translation, with the papers, registering through the school system, access to library, canteen, and many, many other problems that they might have. So we might say that this buddy is the foreigner's first Czech friend, which I believe is beneficial to both sides. Besides that, we are organizing lots of events.
Really?
For example, for example, sport events like volleyball or climbing, which is kind of favorite. Then culture evenings, trips, and then board games. And we started to do a project called Erasmus in Schools.
Erasmus in Schools, what does that mean?
It is a kind of new project which should integrate more the exchange student to our culture. We basically want the exchange student to go to the primary, secondary, or high schools, and we want them to motivate them to study or travel abroad. And the Czech kids really love it, and the exchange student love it too, the experience. And every month we get more and more participants. And actually that's why we are still seeking for new members, because there is still a lot of work. So if you perhaps want to learn more, if you are interested, I really recommend you to check out our Facebook and our Instagram. And of course, you're most welcome at our events.
Right, absolutely. That's a good point. If you have any more questions, you can put them in the comment section of this broadcast. And you can also visit the Facebook sites and other social media and the web pages of the ESN Budweis or of the University of South Bohemia. That's very important. And speaking of social media, we have our Maria here. And our Maria is not just an international student. She is also a media ambassador. Right, so how is that going, Maria?
Thanks again, Michael. So I represent the University of South Bohemia in media, and I can tell you that the support from the university is really great. I was able to study and also find a part-time job. For example, now I'm helping at the marketing department and get a stipend for it. That's not difficult to combine. And next year I will have a chance to get in an internship at the Orlabs of Biotechnology Center. And I'm actually never bored here. The city is super nice. You can just relax in the park, take a cup of coffee, sitting in a historic center, or just go to a club with friends. It offers everything, and it's not that expensive.
All right, that's very good. How about the people here? I mean, you are a foreigner, an international student coming here, learning a new language. How is that going? Was it really easy to, get your start here?
Actually, I find people here very friendly and open-minded to foreigners. And here you can easily make lots of new relationships and make new friends very well. So you need just to come and experience it.
Very good. Well, we're already here, so we know what it's all about. But how about the Czech language system, Czech language as itself? I know that it's quite difficult, maybe. But it's lovely. But how did you find learning it? Was it very easy for you?
As for a native Russian speaker, Czech language wasn't really hard for me. But of course, when you came into the new country, you will need few days, a few weeks to set in here, to feel the atmosphere, to meet some people, and find out what do you like here and how you will be able to live here like this.
So you mentioned passing that Czech language program that Vera mentioned as well. Did you really find all those topics very practical and easy to use right away in real life? Buying a coffee?
Sure. As I already said, the course was very practical, but we have not only the long year course for 2 semesters. we already have short Czech courses for foreigners who are came in here for Erasmus, for example, and they can learn some basic Czech words for everyday life at this short course.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, Maria mentioned that she's getting a little bit of a support from the university for working with the university as well as the media ambassador. And that brings me to a very important question, Vera, and that is scholarships. Is there something about scholarships you can tell us?
Well, again, if there are degree-seeking students, so degree-seeking students may apply for Czech governmental scholarships. There is a very useful and practical guide on scholarships at the web of Study in the Czech Republic, studyin.cz. And if you are already a student, as a student of the university, so then there are various scholarships which support you during your stay, such as the accommodations scholarship, or a scholarship for students from disadvantaged background. You can get a scholarship for excellence results and records, or of course you can enjoy scholarships for international mobility or international study or traineeship stay abroad, such as Erasmus or other financial support.
Very good. Well, I know that Katarzyna really likes this Erasmus project, traveling around. Do you have any personal experience or maybe wishes where you'd like to go?
Yes, I have already been to Poland. It was last year through the winter, and I would definitely go again.
Right. You mentioned that it was really easy to get into this program because of the size of the university.
I think that maybe it was because of the country. I think it was a very specific choice of mine. But I think that any university from any country would be accessible just as easily as the one at Poland.
What do you find the best about the Erasmus program? Like, if there's something you can tell me that would motivate me to go, what would it be?
Well, I was kind of surprised how I got into the culture, not only of the Polish students, but from the exchange students that were there with me. I made a lot of friends, and I believe it is a life-lasting relationship with the Turkish students. And I really got to know a lot of about their culture, and I love it. I think that this is a really, really good experience.
Well, there you go. Well, Maria, did you find it possible to survive here without any Czech language when you first came? Was it even possible?
Of course, English is not a problem here, especially at the university where everybody is talking English, and will try to help you if you are not able to speak Czech at your first time. But for everyday life, you will need to prepare some basic Czech words, as I already said, in a short course. But you can definitely survive here without knowing Czech.
Right, very good. Well, some of these questions have come from our comment section at our Facebook Live feed, and we have one more, and perhaps we need some combination of support here. So Vera, let me ask you, what certification level of a Czech language does a person need to enroll and study at the university for free?
So actually, the students should be like B1 level, also in other languages. So yes, the thing is that you have to defend yourself in Czech if you study in the Czech language. But when you attend the 1-year preparatory course, so when you finish this course, you make the certificate, and it's B1.
Right. So how long did you say that one has to study to get to that B1?
Well, this is a 1-year preparatory course.
1 year preparation. So 1 year to study Czech language to get to the B1.
Yes.
Right, okay. Well, Maria, was it possible for you to get there in one year?
Yes, I actually get a B1, and I didn't get 2 points to B2 at this test. So it was like, of course, easy for a native Russian speaker, but you will be able to learn Czech at B1 without problems during the year, and especially when you are living in a Czech Republic and you speaking with people here.
Right, right, very good. Well, we have one more question, one last question, but don't worry, all of your questions could be answered if you go to the social media of the university, Facebook, and our website, or send us an email. We are definitely taking care of all the questions. But one last one, do we have any English language programs?
Yes, I was talking about it at the beginning. There are programs, degree programs in English in all levels, the PhD study programs, bachelor and masters.
Right, so would you say about 40 programs altogether?
Yes.
Probably around that. Okay, thank you, Vera, thank you, Katarzyna, and thank you, Maria. Thank you for coming, and thank you all for watching our live podcast of the University of South Bohemia as well. So once more, if you want to know more about our university and about all of the great opportunities, head to our Facebook, social media, website, send us an email. There will be people looking at all of your questions, and we are more than happy to answer. So thank you for your attention, and goodbye.